This is IBM Museum, and we have a little bit of a Christmas unwrapping. I would normally say an unboxing. We're talking about a still shrink-wrapped mouse in the box. I, of course, am not going to go through and open any of those Microsoft mice from the shrink wrap. I'm going to keep those 3 boxes as pristine as I can. Keep them sealed up. You know, who knows, maybe 20, 30, 40 years from now, the value for those will maybe be high enough. We'll see how many are still in the shrink wrap at that point. But I thought that this mouse is common enough for, you know, that time frame that it's just not all that rare, and just was happenstance through whichever way that I received this new in box, still shrink wrapped. And that was, of course, a number of years ago. I'm going to go through and I'll get to the camcorder view, and that's of course a little bit further out, and go through and hide myself on webcam. And of course, for the running joke, you can you've now seen me on Christmas. You know, you're seeing me and Santa Claus at the same time, so those rumors are untrue. That I'm somehow the same person or anything like that. Now, this camcorder view, it's a little bit busy of what I got going on otherwise. And this box is kind of small. I'll go through and I'll hold it up to the camcorder. I do have the ring light off, although we're going to get some shine otherwise in this presentation. Now, this is still all officially shrink wrapped, although the place I got it from, they went through and they did remove that proof of purchase. Just went through and nicked the box in this one corner to pull that out. And that may be for a rebate or something else of the time. That's what the common thing of some of these items were, for clearances and everything else. This is really, you know, for probably just ultimately a third-party contract manufacturer, but we'll see a little bit more details as we get into it. And so that's the front of the box, of course. Comfort engineered to be responsive to your touch. Precision, advanced electronic circuitry combined with precision engineering. Compatibility for use with IBM PCs or 100% compatibles. And we'll look a little bit at that aspect here in just a moment as well. It's a 2-button mouse marked as IBM, even has the IBM logo on top there. And navigate applications and the internet with ease. And I don't know what the tape here is. Now, it does go through on the one long side and the 2 short side. It goes through and ultimately does replicate the same sort of appearance. And then on so there it's got the contents, IBM 2-button mouse, PS2 connector, a 3.5-inch driver diskette. And I can probably go through and image that if it's not, depending on whatever version it is. User's manual and warranty information. I don't think that warranty is the 1-year limited warranty. See details inside. We'll look at that, but I don't think that's in effect anymore. And system requirements for use with the IBM PCs or 100% compatibles, for use with Microsoft Windows 95, Windows 98, and Windows NT 4.0. And the system must have an available PS2 port. And that, you know, I would expect it for the PCs. I mean, they're looking at the systems that were out in this vintage having a PS2 port, and of course the IBM systems having a PS2 mouse port on the system. And then for the little text there, I'm going to see if I can read from the monitor even a little bit easier and putting on glasses. Manufactured, distributed by Micro and sold by Micro Innovations Incorporated, official licensee for this product. IBM, the IBM logo, trademarks, and the IBM trade dress. I don't know what they mean by that. IBM trade dress are owned by International Business Machines Corporation, and are used under license from IBM. IBM does not manufacture this product and provides no warranty or support for this product. Microsoft and Windows are registered trademarks of Microsoft Corporation. Other names may be trademarks or service marks of the respective holders. Please contact Micro Innovations at 1-877-550-5534 for questions, comments, warranty, support, or service related to this product. Copyright 2000, Micro Innovations Incorporated, and made in China. So this looks to be some, for them getting the IBM branding on this. Who knows what they had to conform to, but, worked with IBM to sell this 2-button mouse. And there's the back again, 2-button mouse, navigate applications and the internet with ease again. The IBM 2-button mouse is designed to help improve the quality of your PC experience. Our innovative design combined with advanced electronic circuitry will provide speed and control as you move through documents, applications, and explore the internet. So I'll probably go through at this end. Well, let's go through the other end from where the cellophane is cut for that, for removing the proof of purchase back so many years ago, for whatever reason that was done. And I'll go through and go on some seams here. As I say, this ultimately is rare that I would normally be worried about effectively losing value. I don't think that there's necessarily going to be a decrease in value, so to speak, on this mouse. We could even go through and see what the value is for this. In fact, I've got to see if yeah, I'm looking for the seam or how otherwise I'd open this. So I guess maybe you just go through and we can do a Christmas unwrapping like a kid and get it out of the, yeah, because it's got the opening on the long edge here. This is, well, let's go through. Let's open it from that underside. And it's got an assembly here that we can pull loose. And we've got, just as we're seeing it here, 2-button mouse, user's manual, and a diskette tucked inside there. We'll get looking at that in just a moment. And then this folded and taped cardboard to give it a little bit of form. And that's strange. I mean, that's exactly as I have it pulled out. And this is still shrink wrapped. This looks like ultimately a bag that the mouse itself, unless that somehow shifted around. It's got a little half moon, you know, little cutouts that I like the mouse would have nestled in a way and been clipped in, and has, you know, a retainer for the cord. But this looks like, and this is probably just, that's just the cardboard. There's nothing else other than the mouse that was there on the inside. But this looks like somebody just failed quality assurance wise to get the mouse in the bag, because this is just crinkled up. And you saw I was the one to open this package, and so still, of course, in very good clean shape. And the two buttons, nice little, hold that up to my mic. Those seem like pretty standard sorts of things. Of course, we don't see any other physical connector except for the PS2 style and the 6 pins in there, the keyway. Of course, that flat section showing which effective side is up. And this is probably something along the lines of a 4-foot or 5-foot cord. Pretty standard. Well, maybe your 3-foot. Yeah, it looks about 3-foot for the length, and that it has the arrow. Oh, okay. So it's got grips and the lock and the unlock. So this is effectively where you twist, and then steel coated. This is a steel ball inside this rubber coating. And of course, I don't expect any use on the inside of that, but opens rather easy. And then reinserts, and then there's the bottom half of it. And see, that's funny, for the manufacturer of that listing as the serial number is 23 dash. I mean, normally the 23 would have a meaning within the IBM factory setup. And the model MU08J. And assembly, it's got an IBM FRU part number, manufactured for micro, and then all the how it complies, and got all those international symbols just all over it. You know, besides the UR marking and the CE marking and the nestled FCC. It's got those markings, even Chinese characters, but all the different countries. And that's got a nice little feel. I mean, that's probably along the lines of just most mice that you would find out there in the time frame. So, and let's get looking at, so there's the at least the diskettes in a plastic slider. Version 1.43 for Windows 9X, Windows NT 4.0. Windows installation is setup.exe, PS2, and serial interface, even though we just have the PS2 connection here, and the uninstall. I don't know why they list that on the diskette itself, but under the Windows platform, where it has an uninstall routine. And this might be interesting to see on some system. In fact, we may have where we can see what all that has to it at the Windows 95 and NT4 level. And it marks it as 9X, of course, being 95 or 98. And the 2-button mouse user's manual. It has the arrow pointing towards that in the grand scheme of things. There's the FCC statement. And I don't know why that is on my camera. Of course, I'm zooming in quite a bit, or holding that up pretty close. Here's the table of contents about this manual. Okay, fast installation instructions. Technical support and service information, product description. 2-button mouse is designed to save space at the same time provide comfort. Great for laptop and desktop computers. Okay. And that's connecting your... And always turn off your computer before connecting or disconnecting the 2-button mouse. And of course, for a PS2 port, normally within Windows, I mean, if you don't have the mouse connected and you start up Windows and you plug in the mouse, the PS2 port connected mouse later on, it is not going to be detected. It's not really a hot pluggable, as it were. And software installation. Windows plug and play will automatically install the 2-button mouse. We recommend that you install the 2-button mouse with Windows plug and play first. If Windows plug and play does not work, then follow the instructions below for using the mouse. Setup disk. And this talked about a mouse suite. I mean, so there may effectively be a program on here just other than the generic mouse driver. And that probably has a driver on it for, I would hope it'd have a mouse.com. And I can go through and I can probably even fire up the tweener system just to see what, oh yeah, I'm set for that. So we'll get that starting up in the meantime. And that way I can go through, and I was just looking to make sure I've got it plugged into the video capture side. And there's your troubleshooting section. Why isn't my pointer moving slowly? Your mouse ball cage may require cleaning. Refer to the mouse care section for proper cleaning procedures. Remember, cleaning your mouse balls. And I've had a previous video you can look through on my channel to find out about that mouse ball cleaning video. Why isn't there a pointer on the screen, or why isn't the pointer responding to mouse movement? Your mouse is not being properly detected. Make sure your mouse cable is connected properly to the correct port. And for this, in fact, I hope as I go through and I fire up my tweener system, I don't have anything necessarily heavy on that keyboard. I've got the remotes that I'll need to change to that screen capture portion at the appropriate time. And I should hear it go through and start up Windows at the appropriate point here too, as we just did. Mouse care. We're going to focus on that just for a little bit, but I know that the system has the pointer skips or moves abnormally. Clean the ball of your mouse by following these steps. Remove the retainer ring to remove the ball. Wipe the ball with a clean lint-free cloth, then blow carefully into the ball cage to dislodge dust and lint. If the rollers are dirty, clean the rollers using a cotton swab moistened lightly with isopropyl, in parentheses, rubbing alcohol. After cleaning, make sure that the rollers are still centered in their channels. Make sure that that fluff from the swab is not left on the rollers. Replace the ball and retainer ring. So we just have and I didn't see anything on they said that there was a section on the I thought they said there was a section on the warranty in here. Oh, okay, yeah, it's very tiny letters for any warranty. And they give the address in Edison, New Jersey, and that same phone number. Kind of all the disclaimers for the trademarks and everything else. And they've even got a little slip for what that manual is. We're going to go through. I'll probably have to pull out my keyboard just so I can go through and navigate. Of course, this keyboard has a track pad in it. We could have even gone through and connected up this mouse, but I've gone through and I'm working from the trackpad, of course, of this. And this does have a PS2 style connection on this. And I do have the diskette and the drive now. We'll go down to okay. So we have a setup. We've got a cabinet file, and I don't know if that cabinet, in fact, going through, and we would just have to see whether it actually go through to where that cabinet file ultimately see a help file. There's the setup and setup 9X and setup in T. And quite a few help files still. DLLs, VXDs, all sorts of stuff. And what I was looking for otherwise is to see if this had a it's interesting even for the Primax Electronics Ltd. is the it's got a README in configuration settings, but this apparently doesn't have. I'm going to go through and just leave that up on the screen. In fact, I can move that window just over a bit. Not necessarily just to mask out anything, but I know that everything's visible for and I had it just a moment ago, and there I've got it again, just for activating my built-in webcam. This apparently doesn't have any DOS mouse driver that's on the diskette for all that too. Pity that. Although I would expect just about any mouse driver under DOS would go through and likely work for this. This is a 2-button model that's fairly generic for all that, and probably otherwise without the IBM branding would just been some made in China mouse that's otherwise out there, and there wasn't any as I say, any value lost, I don't think, necessarily, for me taking off the shrink wrap and opening this thing up and kind of taking a look. And at some later point I'll get a chance to plug it in, and who knows, I get a Windows 95 or Windows NT or Windows 98 system with the PS2 port. I can go through and plug it in and give it a run through on the installation, see how that is, and just you know, kick the tires just to see if it's anything. But I doubt if anything more than just a generic 2-button mouse otherwise. So, but if you enjoy this content, click on that like button, please. And my subscriber numbers are still growing, but subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. There's all kinds of just great content like this. And like I say, you'll have to go through and review, because I've got that, where I read that supposedly IBM announcement about cleaning mouse balls. And that was several months back. I can go through and I can link that into the video description, because that's kind of funny. And I've even wondered about developing a kind of a humor playlist, as it were, for throwing videos. I do try and organize my videos by playlist, and I need to go through and timestamp a lot of them too still. But this is IBM Museum. That's all I have for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.